Damian Priest, former NXT North American champion, former United States champion, and member of the Judgment Day, which I absolutely love, man. What a time to be a wrestling fan. Am I right? So much fun.
I appreciate it, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. So look, can you talk to me a little bit about the evolution of the Damian Priest character? If this feels more like a natural fit for you, and do you like the tweaks to the character a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's funny because you can see different layers to Damian Priest from NXT. You know, when I first started, it was a little trial and error at first. And then I kind of find myself after, funny enough, after a match I had with Finn Balor. And then I started to feel real comfortable. And then when I debuted on Monday Night Raw, you know, and I was paired with Bad Bunny. And then even after that, I was this, you know, over the top, nice guy with you know, this smile and happy for everyone and happy to help. And, you know, and it was okay. That was a little harder for me to do because I'm going out of my way to just act a certain way. And then, you know, then morphed again into this duality attitude person. And then now here we are where I align myself with Edge. And this, I feel comfortable with this. This, I feel like this is closer to like my end of days in NXT. This is closer to my punishment persona. This is something more me that comes from me and not from somebody else. And yeah, we're having a blast doing this and all of it. And obviously working alongside Edge, who's making all my ideas and all the way I try to present myself. He's explained to me how to make it better. It's awesome. So I'm definitely digging this.
That is incredible. It must be so incredible for you because, look, I'm sure like many people, I've idolized Edge. I know I do. Can you talk to me about Edge being a mentor? And what's the difference between working with him side by side and just getting like locker room advice from him?
So that's the thing. And if you could see how I improved in NXT is because I was working on a regular basis with Shawn and Triple H, right? Like they're always talking to me. You know, then when I came to Raw, it's advice here and there when people catch stuff, but everybody's busy doing their thing too. Now I'm with him all the time. So now he's literally able to say, yeah, I watched it because I was there, you know? So, and then it's so valuable for someone like me and Rhea Ripley, you know, to have him there just constantly giving us advice. I mean, and on a weekly basis, I mean, I speak to him almost every day, where even if it's just one simple text, you know, but there's something there, a question, and he's quick to answer it. And it's making a world of a difference for me. Like I feel more comfortable in every aspect, including the mic and everything, just knowing that he's there, knowing that he's going to give me the good and bad of everything about this business, you know. It's like I'm starting over and it feels great. It's exciting. I really, like, I'm happy and I'm really enjoying everything that we're doing. I really am.
I mean, he's a legitimate living legend. So like, I feel like you can only learn from being around Edge. Now, the name Judgment Day, I absolutely love it. Look, I came from the era of like stables and factions. And I love the name, the Judgment Day, but was that the first name that you guys settled on? Were there any others at all?
We never settled on any one name. We had ideas, you know, but it was all that. It was just ideas. And it was like, that sounds cool. And Edge throws them in promos from time to time as like some of the ideas and names, which is cool because that's all they were. But then as the more, and we naturally were just saying, you know, it's Judgment Day or your judgment, and we kept on saying it without realizing we're kind of coming up with a name organically and naturally. And it's a name that nostalgia-wise, like the pay-per-view Judgment Day, and Edge was on the posters of that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of coolness to the name because of the history that it has with the company. So now we are the Judgment Day. And I like when it was said, like, wait, this should just be the name of the group, you know?
Right.
And it ended up happening that way. So while we had ideas, there was nothing that we had settled on. Like there was no like, I hope this is the name or this should be the name, you know? But when the Judgment Day came up, it was like, that's gotta be it.
It's just best when that stuff comes so naturally, I can imagine. Look, so Sunday is my birthday, and a gift that WWE is giving me is Hell in the Cell, live from Chicago, a great wrestling city at the Allstate Arena, streaming live on Peacock. You're in a 6-person tag match, which I cannot wait for. I love what you guys are doing with Judgment Day and with Finn and Liv and AJ. What can we expect from that match, and what excites you the most about that match?
Expect like something that's just going to stand the test of time. Like this, we're creating a moment here. You know, I'm most excited about that. This is not something you normally see, not in common in like modern day WWE. Like you don't see a 6-person tag
Right.
with this type of animosity and feud built into it. I mean, the story alone, and now this is like it's going to explode on Sunday. So this is exciting for us. Like I think I could speak for everybody in this one. Like we're all really excited about this match and the idea of just creating something special, something like, again, memorable that everybody's going to be like, man, that 6-person tag match though, you know what I mean? Like it was meaningful. It's not just, yeah, it was a cool match. No, this was a meaningful match. And that's what we look forward to. That's what you can expect. And that's what we're going to do.
And I love every single competitor in this match. Speaking of which, I got to ask about Rhea Ripley. What does she add to the group of Judgment Day that kind of maybe was missing before?
She's so cool. No, Rhea adds an element of, oh man, like that, like, oh wait, oh my God, the possibilities, you know. She adds an element of coolness, and something that's been missing. Like you could go through factions, but again, it's not common to mix, you know what I mean? And Rhea Ripley had to be a part of the Judgment Day. Not we wanted, she had to be a part of the Judgment Day. It already makes it even that much more special. You know, Edge, anything that he's involved with is gold. He's Edge. You cannot take that away from him. You know, Rhea and I are still the rising superstars, right? So he has, he's Edge tomorrow like he was yesterday and like he is today. So he's good. But for us, you know, for me, it was special. You put me with Edge and it's like, oh man, what those two together. Wow, that's something menacing. That this could be dangerous. Rhea joined and it was like, they're going to destroy everyone.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's what she added. Like we were already bad enough. You added Rhea and there was this other added like attitude or perception of us where it was like, wait, now they're really unstoppable.
Right.
You know, and then when Edge says we're coming for all the titles, now he actually means it for all the titles, because including the women's, because Rhea is going to dominate that division. So she adds a layer of just dominance to the Judgment Day that we wouldn't have otherwise.
You know, I'm glad you said that, because when you showed up at WrestleMania, I immediately popped myself. I was like, yo, this is going to be legit. I couldn't wait to see what was going to unfold. And here we are with Judgment Day. And you kind of spoke on it a little bit, but what's your goal with Judgment Day? Like, I know to win all the titles is one of the goals, but is that the end all be all goal for Judgment Day?
No, I mean, you always got to want more. There is no end. There is no end. Where no matter what we accomplish, we have to want more. We have to need more. And I think that driving point will make the Judgment Day legendary. At the end of the day, I guess that's the ultimate goal, is the Judgment Day being legendary. We want to be up there with the Horsemen, DX, you know, Evolution, NWO. Like that's what we want. We have to have that.
Yo, when that purple light hit you, it was incredible. And I got this vibe of it that I was like, yep, that is fire. I absolutely love the Judgment Day. Now, I know you've teamed with Bad Bunny, and I respect that dude so much, man. He put in so much effort into his match, and it was fantastic. I know he's a good buddy of yours. What are the chances he could be a member of the Judgment Day, and who would you like to see join the Judgment Day?
You know what? Anybody could join the Judgment Day. You know, if anybody, if you're willing to accept, you know, like just who you are and not conform or follow, and just, man, the what society expects, and do things your way. Like that's our motto, right? Like that's the way we are. So yeah, can a Bad Bunny join the Judgment Day? Hell yeah, Bad Bunny can join the Judgment Day, you know? Like I said, and like anybody else, you know, it's just, you just have to be willing to accept that you can be more, and alongside us though, you know? And so, yeah, and anybody else. So there is no, look, we're doing this. We just want to destroy everyone. I mean, we will, but you can be on our side, you know, just got to be willing to accept.
You know, from Ring of Honor, NXT, now Monday Night Raw, you exude this charisma. And I feel like you're just perfectly cut out to be like a superhero. Do you have any desires to enter like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or like the DC films at all? And if so, what character would you like to play?
Oof. I mean, I'm a big comic fan, so that the easy answer is yes. You know, I mean, ridiculous fan. So this is from childhood, just through comics before, you know, the movies were as big as they are now. So for me, yeah, I've thought about that forever. I mean, we think of ourselves as something like that. Like we're real life, live action superheroes and supervillains to a certain degree. You know what I mean? So, and in who that's one of those. It's like, well, all the cool ones already been taken. I mean, there's still a lot of other ones, but the main ones have like, man, you know, like there's so many cool characters. It'd be hard, like especially when you're talking about the movies.
Sure.
But again, they've already been kind of taken. But if, for instance, we know that there's the cinematic, and then there's the, like, let's say the Arrowverse, right?
Right.
I mean, on the Arrowverse, like I could be a character there where, you know, that is on TV on a regular basis, but it's okay, you know. And the same thing with the shows that have to do with Marvel,
Right.
you know. So I can be an Aquaman, you know, on the TV shows, you know, where you have Jason Momoa touching his situation. He's really good at what he does. But on a TV show aspect, I could be. I think that'd be a easy fit for me. You know, obviously, if I could do one of the Archers, that makes it a little easier, you know, whether it's Hawkeye or, you know, just whatever, you know.
Look,
but
man, I'd love to see you in the Peacemaker show. I'd love to see you as Lobo. I think Lobo would be a great
Lobo. So that was going to be my next one. Lobo is an easy one as well, just because of the long hair,
right.
the monster and everything. Like I could do that. You know, Morbius would have been one too.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Morbius would have been a solid answer, or even one of the X-Men. I think would be a solid choice there.
I mean, there's so many there. So yeah.
So look, I have a few wrestling questions for you. What is your favorite entrance theme song of all time?
Oof, man, that one's rough. I would say The Brood. Man, that one. Oh man, but I'd be remiss not mentioning. I liked when Undertaker changed his theme song right when he won the tag titles with Stone Cold. There was a version. There was a quick version, and then eventually they modified it for the Ministry. Yeah. But that one version in between was probably one of my all-time favorite theme songs.
That's a fantastic deep cut Undertaker little knowledge there. Now, what's your favorite championship design?
The winged, the eagle. Yeah, that one was by far. That was like, plus there's like all the pictures, like, you know, the Brett and Taker and like them holding that title it looks so cool. I don't know. And Austin, like it just, you know, I think of that title, especially Brett. I don't know. It's just something about him holding that title that looks so cool. Yeah. Oh man, it's funny. I said that not realizing you're wearing this shirt.
I mean, I'm a huge Bret Hart guy. I love Bret Hart. He was like, I'm from the same era, and you're completely right. That title for me just signifies like the best in the world. Now, who is the best technical wrestler you've ever been in the ring with?
That I've been in the ring with.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, because there's just been a lot. I guess technical wrestler. I mean. And it's crazy because he's so young. But, well, Butch, he was Pete Dunne at the time. Yeah. We worked in NXT, and I had never worked with him. And I was just blown away by his, like, the way his brain would work, and just the little technicalities of just holds and manipulation. And, you know, the contrast of styles always makes it like cooler. Right. So I always enjoyed working with him. So he's got to be up there. I'm probably forgetting and not mentioning somebody that I should. But just right off the bat, like, he came to mind because I just remember just being in awe of working with him and saying, how do you know this much and you're so young? You know, like, you know, stuff that I don't even know how to do, you know, like you have these ideas. And that was really cool. Obviously, you know, you have somebody with wrestling background, like a Riddle or something, it's always easier with them too to be these technical guys. But you know, Jay Lethal's up there too with just like the technical aspects of that I've worked with, and I enjoyed working with him. Just the way he would just do little things and work certain body parts, and you know, those are always cooler when you get to work with guys like that, because it just changes. It changes how you work, because you have to, because now they're targeting something and they're injuring something, so now you got to work around it. And those are always, they're challenging, but they're cool challenging.
Right, right. It's interesting that you mentioned Riddle and Butch, because I know that in a interview that Riddle did, he had mentioned you, Butch, and Randy Orton kind of forming a group together, which I thought would be super cool and a lot of fun. Now, who is the best physical athlete you've ever been in the ring with?
Man, well, it can be hard not to say Sheamus.
Yeah.
My man is, he is that fighter. You know, I know like everybody thinks like, oh, you know, the fight night thing. No, he loves to fight. Like that guy loves physicality. And so while he gives it, he takes it too, and he wants more. So I enjoyed my feud with him, because it was just, I don't know, it brought something out of me, that hard hitting, and Drew McIntyre's right there. These guys throw them. They throw the heavy leather, and if you're not willing to give it back, you're just going to get eaten up. And I remember, and I knew I was being tested when I was being put in the ring with those guys, and they were adamant about wanting to continuously work with me, you know, because like we just had good chemistry, and we love that physicality. I mean, I have scars from battling those boys, you know, and I have more scars in my first year on Monday Night Raw than I did in the previous 17 years that I had in this business. You know, just because like, and it's because of some of those battles, but as any scars I'm complaining about, I loved every single one. I loved every single match. There is no complaining. Those guys are awesome. So, but Sheamus has to win the most physical person I've ever worked with on a regular basis.
Who's the best locker room prankster?
Trying to think, we still have like those type of pranksters. I mean, it changes. Everybody, like, there's just guys that have the attitude of a good time. You know, the New Day boys, like they're a good time. Actually, I love those guys. Like they're just, their demeanor and like them in the locker room is pretty funny. But I mean, I guess, I mean, I'm like that too. We like messing with people. So no, I think a lot of us actually like kind of rib back and forth. So I don't know if there's pranksters as much anymore. Like there used to be like one guy that was just over the top. I think there's just like a lot of us now that just always joke around and always like laughing and doing stuff. And then when you walk into something, you see something, you start laughing, you know, especially when you have friends.
Right.
So
Keep
like
the workplace light atmosphere, man. I like it. I like it. Now, what match would you have, or what match would you have people watch that's not involving you?
Ooh, in modern day or anytime?
Anytime.
Well, for me, it's the match that changed my mentality as far as like wrestling, and just like when I was doubting myself and thinking maybe this is not for me. Watched that match and I was like, I have to do this for a living. Taker Shawn WrestleMania 25.
Classic.
It's my favorite all-time match. I mean, and there's a few like Shawn versus Jericho at Mania. Like that was the story. That's one of my all-time favorite matches. But Taker Shawn really changed my mind. Like when I was thinking about quitting wrestling, that match was like, oh no, I want to do this, you know?
Man, so I'm so happy you did not quit wrestling, man. I am really happy you did not quit. Now, what's a match that best defines your body of work?
And especially over the last year, I feel like I've had quite a few. I mean, because I was put in it, and then like the triple threat with Sheamus and Drew. I love that match. I mean, we went at it, and the crowd was electric. That's one of my all-time favorites. I think that's up there with some of my best matches that I had, period, in my entire career here in the WWE, is that triple threat. And it goes under the radar because it was just on a Monday Night Raw. But I felt like I was really able to showcase what I can do. You know, my match with Finn Balor in NXT, you know, and you can look at some of my matches with Keith Lee in NXT as well. Those are up there.
Yes.
You know, I've, like I said, I mean, especially in the past year, I've had so many good matches with so many talented people. So it's made it really cool for me. I wish there was, like back in the old days, they would release these rare matches and stuff. Because if people witness some of the live event matches that I've had, You know, like I've had 4-ways with um, KO and Seth and Balor, and like these matches were nuts. And
Yes.
it's the same. It's one of those things. Like if you see a live event coming to a town near you, don't miss it, because sometimes you get these incredible matchups that you don't get on TV. So it's, you know, a good selling point for you to go to one of those shows. But it's true. For TV wise, if I had to pick one match, yeah, it'd be hard not to say that triple threat. That's a good one. And it's obviously Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are in there, and two of the hardest hitting and most talented people in this company, period. So that one's up there.
Damian, we got to bring back the Coliseum videos, man. Now you're speaking my language. I watch those hidden gems all the time, but I remember seeing Brett and Owen against the Steiner brothers, and I was like, yo, this match is fire.
Right.
So look, at WrestleMania, if you were standing across from your dream opponent, who would that opponent be? I know you've spoken in the past about wanting to tear it up with RVD, but who is your dream opponent that you would love to stand across from?
At any time, like it's Undertaker, easy. I mean, that's the guy. That's, you know, I have a lot of idols and a lot of inspirations. You know, that goes without saying. Like I looked up to so many different people, and I cherish and appreciate what so many people have done, you know, paving the way. But there's one person that made me fall in love with this business and made me want to do this for a living, and that's The Undertaker. So 100% that would have been the one.
Now, you made your debut in Ring of Honor back in 2015 as Luis Martinez. If you can go back in time and talk to the young Luis Martinez, what bit of advice would you have for him now?
You know, I've said, you know, I've been asked this question before. I would go a little further back than that, but it would have been, stop wasting your time and do this now. You know, stop waiting for somebody to hand you your dream and work for it. You know, it took me so long to figure that part out. And then when I finally worked for what I wanted to do, instead of just waiting for it to be handed it just because, things actually started happening. And that's how I got to Ring of Honor, which led me to NXT, which led me to Monday Night Raw. I wish I could change that. I wish I could go back and tell myself and give myself a kick in the butt and be like, get up and work. Stop being lazy, stop expecting, and stop complaining and blaming everybody else. It's all you. It's always on us. Everything that we do in life, we can look for scapegoats, but ultimately, from the moment we open our eyes in the morning to the moment we close them at night, everything is on us. So I wish I could change that and give myself that advice. You know, work for your dream.
You know, I like I said, I love this era of pro wrestling currently because I literally watch pro wrestling, a new content every single day. There's new companies putting out content all the time. And I know that you're in the thick of it because you're on the road and you're traveling, but are you still staying up to date with other products in the industry?
You know, it's fun. I just had this conversation with somebody at the gym today, and it was like, it's getting harder because I'm so focused and trying to improve what I'm doing, right? So let's say with the Judgment Day, I'm studying tapes, I'm watching promos. So I'm watching this stuff and trying to improve. And then I'm on the phone asking for advice, let's say with Edge. And then I got other stuff that it's not as easy as it used to be. And I was literally talking about this, like, man, I remember when I started here, and even when I started on Raw, I still watched everything. And I was like, and now it's getting harder, you know, and you don't want to oversaturate your brain either, where you kind of lose focus. So I don't get to as much. I try to. There's certain, like, obviously I got my friends that I watch, and multiple companies, and I do my best, but it's hard to sit and watch full shows like I used to. I'm honest about that. Like it's just so much time consuming, and our time is limited as it is. And it's kind of like, I still got to live a life. So I don't get to as much, but I still stay up with what's happening. I stay up with, again, my friend stuff. And even if it's watching a match, just one match while I'm on a plane or something. So I still watch as much as I can, but not as much as I used to.
And I got to ask, did you catch that MJF promo from last night?
I did not.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I heard about it. I mean, it's on, you know, social media and everything. So, but I did not.
All right on. Well, look, this Sunday, my birthday, more importantly, Hell in the Cell is going to be June 5th, Allstate Arena, live in Chicago, streaming live on Peacock. You're in a 6-person tag match, which I'm extremely excited about. I don't think look, the 6 of you in the same ring is going to be amazing, incredible performers. You all are. Any final words you got to say against your opponents, AJ, Liv, and Finn?
Yes, it's Hell in a Cell. the Judgment Day, first time finally in the ring, bell ringing, all of us. And we're going to have new threads too, by the way. This is going to be special. And so a message to them, prepare to be punished, plain and simple. That's what's coming. And we're going to show just a glimpse of what the Judgment Day is going to be.
I love it. Look, I'm a big ring gear guy because I like the WWE Ultimate Edition and Elite Edition action figures. I'm a ring gear guy, so I can't wait to see what you guys have on. Thank you so much, Damian.
These to be part of the Elite Edition.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get a box set, maybe a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I want it. I want it now.
There you go.
Damian, thank you so much for your time, man. I'm super excited about the show on Sunday. Can't thank you enough, man. Thank you.
My pleasure. Enjoy your day.
You too. Take care, Damian.